Sips tea. Is that a ball? Good morning, y'all. How's everybody feeling this beautiful, lovely Sunday morning? Is the battle rap industry really broke? We're going to step through battlers. We're going to call out names. We're going to step through league owners. We're going to call out names. We're going to talk about the industry as a whole, the battle rap industry. And then that's even going to bleed into the music industry. We're going to try to talk about some of the things that are good, some of the things that are wrong, some of the call outs. This isn't new conversation, right? We've had this before, but every once in a while, let's spin the block. Let's see if times have changed. Let's see what can be revisited. Okay. What inspired me to do this video this particular morning? I was looking at the weekend of battle rap, right? And some of the lead in. And when I'm in support mode and I'm trying to do let's say promotion videos, or I'm talking about predictions, there's a lot of things behind the scenes that I know about. I just be like, timing wise, it's not good to speak about. People are trying to sell a product, like I'll save it. I'll come maybe later on. Let people finish their events. Let these streams go. From mishaps to bad business to bad promotion to bad rollouts to budgeting to everything, So it was a pretty active battle rap weekend. I said, let me just wait until the weekend is over, and then we'll talk about some things, because they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome, right? And I wore my Culture Kings hat on purpose. All right. Take it how you want to take it. But first, and by the way, shout out to the chat. I'm going to need y'all heavy on today's stream. This is going to be a more interactive stream from this week. I'm going to ask y'all a lot of questions, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to wait for the answers. And I'm going to bring y'all up on a screen, and I'm going to use you guys' reactions and you guys' honesty and you guys' feedback based on what directions I go in certain lanes of this conversation. Okay? Because I'm very opinionated. I'm very experienced. I can do this stream any day of the week. But I really, really want the chat to be involved in this one in particular. Okay? So everybody stay sharp today. All right. Shout out to the members. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to the entire chat. Shout out to everybody on their way in. All right. But up first, hey, Rex. You up, sir? Front and center, please. Let's talk to Rex.
Please don't underestimate what you up against. I was out of town hustling and a confident. Back when Mario had braids and so just a friend. Let's go, R.A. Doc Mob, yeah, we're a fam. These niggas came and put a monkey wrench in the plan. When a heat be in my hand, I don't want to put it down like a wine. No last sip is in the can. You don't understand till your crew clap. Getting chalk around your boots and your new hat. I'm like a book bag. I got two straps. And it ain't a shootout if they ain't shoot back. I send a message to his phone like a group hack. His whole crew will get the message like a group chat. I be in his crib spraying like a new cat. It's true that we ain't nothing to fuck with. The best crew alive. There ain't enough for discussion. We never lose a battle if one of us jump in. My team full of Jordans, ain't none of us jumping. 15 years never caught in the junction. The move bro made got my brother disgusted. 357 knocked the guts out of bunker. Knife everywhere, I slayed the gun like a man. That nigga rock. See, I'm leaving with
Okay. I'm not done there. Shout out to 15 Minutes of Fame. I see there's some clips up on their channel. Hey, everybody go grab these VODs. Support the culture, people. Support. Culture needs it year round. What do we got up next? We got Rex. This was Bars when he was battling Snake Eyes. Probably one of the biggest battles of the weekend, right? All right, let's go.
This where the joke's in. This where the joke's in. Against me, you won't win. For hoes, you do whole shit. Nigga, I should have known then. And I'm the one that brought bro in. I see the reason why snakes shed is because they ain't comfortable in their own skin.
Energy.
Nigga, I shouldn't even rap. Nigga, I shouldn't even rap with you. Hold it down.
It's only fair, man. Let's do some bars from Snake Eyes. Shout out to Snake Eyes as well. See what he talking about.
Let's go. Hey, yo. When I first joined the mob, your problems became my problems. Real loyalty. Everywhere looking for smoke, moving accordingly. That's more than G. You was once a king, but then you faded. That's forgery. We told Rock, we ain't cave. That ain't camaraderie, that's sorcery. Briz violated, then Mook violated. Shit was war to me. They drew the line and I crossed it. Moving with authority, real loyalty. I drew blood for the mob. That's artery. A lot of shit bothered me. I took shots for your name like a pharmacy. Guard your turf. Now guard your turf. Nigga, I drew blood for the mob. That's artery. A lot of shit bothered me. I took shots for your name like a pharmacy. Now guard your turf. Cause you know how Harlem work. Niggas that clap you in front of everybody like Charlie Kirk. Fuck the politics.
Mean. Don't get fucking canceled with bars like that, G. I'm not laughing at the actual situation like the shooter. I'm laughing at Snake Eyes going there, right? Shit. You don't get canceled either, ARP. Crazy. All right. Let's start to walk. Chat. I hope y'all caught the little intro and y'all are being sharp, man. Let's start to walk. Who are the top draw or drawing battlers? Give me your top 4 to 5. Don't need to be in order. Chat, go. Your top 4 to 5 drawing battle rappers. And when I say drawing, you guys aren't on the side of the business, right? But what stops when you guys see them? What makes you say, I need a ticket to be there? What makes you say, I need to watch that pay-per-view, clear my schedule? I need the day off of work. I need the babysitter to pull up. It just makes you pay full attention to the rollout. You're upset if it doesn't happen, whatever. Who are your top drawing battle rappers? 4 or 5 of them. Go. Go. Okay. The very first one I see here from Ethan Johnson is Hitman. Hitman. I asked for 4 or 5 people. Come on. I asked y'all chat to stay sharp with me on today's particular stream. I normally carry the whole weight as far as just talking, but I need y'all today, man. Stay sharp. Stay sharp. All right, Ethan came back and said, Hitman, Lux, Mook, Surf. I should have put Surf in the thumbnail. Yes. I should have put Surf in the thumbnail. Easy. Hitman. Twerk. Hitman. Surf. Lux, Mook. I'm glad that somebody put Twerk because he's going to be a part of the point. Surf, the first point. Oh, yeah, we're gonna walk today. Surf, Nitty. I'm glad to see people like Nitty and Twerk. I like Shine. We're gonna walk. Okay. Hitman, Surf, Cassidy, Lux. All right. Hitman, Lux, Mook, Surf, Easy. Twerk, Hitman, Easy, Surf, Shine. Holla, Mook, Lux, and I'd say Surf. Surf, Mook, Lux, Easy, Hitman. Big K. Oh, somebody with my and K and Big K enters the chat. Shout out to K, my guy. Cass, Easy, Mook, Lux, Surf, Hitman, Lux, Mook, Hitman, Surf, Twerk. Okay. Cassidy, Mook, Daylight. Daylight enters the chat. Okay. Easy, Hitman, Mook, Cass. Hitman, Mook, Lux, Rex, Rock, Twerk, Hollow. Hollow enters the chat there. Okay. Mook, Lux, Twerk, Cassidy, Hitman. Mook, Hitman, Surf, Cassidy. Okay, good job, chat. I'm with y'all. Jay, I'm gonna end it here, and then I'm gonna proceed. Chat, stay sharp. Stay with me, y'all. Surf, Nitty, Lux, Shine, Twerk. Okay, thank you, chat. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the interactiveness. Stay right there. So in my thumbnail, what do I have? I have Hitman, I have Cassidy, I have Lux, I have Mook, right? Kind of the description that I gave before I started reading the chat. Big game on. Everybody stop. Mahomes is playing. Kobe's playing. LeBron is playing. LeBron is coming to town, right? I'll be looking at my local tickets sometimes, and based on who's coming, the traveling team, like if you live in a shitty city that don't have superstars on the team, then if LeBron's playing or booked to play that night, if Steph is coming into the game, ticket prices is up, ain't they? You guys pretty much agree with my thumbnail, but I really probably should have had Surf in the thumbnail as well. Yes, I agree. Cassidy, the numbers back it. And I can speak to the actual pay-per-views and the door and obviously the YouTube views. Him and Holla's face off is like, it's bigger than most battlers will ever reach. It's like 4 point something million views or something like that. So he has those bragging rights, and so does Holla. He's half of that face off as well. But forget the money because you guys don't know the money, right? What about what you guys can see? Look at the interviews, right? Like when Cassidy has a battle, he's got battle interview numbers. You go on 15 Minutes of Fame, you go on Hip Hop Is Real, let him promote, let him talk his shit. That's what John wanted. Real talk, all bullshit shot. John booked that Cassidy matchup expecting that, right? His interviews, I see like during the Hitman battle or in other times where he's heating up, 250,000 views, 100,000 views, 50,000 views, right? You see it in the numbers on the other side, from behind the curtain, right? I'm behind the curtain with it. What you guys are able to see tells a tale, from the battles to the trailers to the face-offs to the interviews. It tells a tale, all right? Holla. Do I need to explain it? Do I need to explain it? I've done 3 max outs, and it's not a coincidence that he's headlined all 3 of them. Okay. Murder Mook, one of my biggest events ever, was bringing him back after like 4 plus years of him being out of the mix. And we cracked not just that event, we cracked the year with that event, right? 2018, from the summer all the way through the winter, RBE said, hey, culture, let us borrow this for a second, and everybody else just let us move, and you got to work around us. And that happens when you're in the front, you know what I mean, for that moment, with your card, with your battles, with your momentum, with your event. Like, for example, TBL has it right now. They're running with the torch right now. They're sitting in the throne right now. Are they the biggest or the best league? No, that comes with time and earning it. But are they in the front of the race right now? Yes. You see the difference? Lux, it's a big deal every time he comes out. Very elusive guy. You don't see him too much. Shadowy. That adds to somebody's draw, somebody's appeal, and his talent is through the roof. One of the best rappers in the world. Battle rap, be clear, people. Battle rap has some of the best rappers in the world. That's why the motherfucker. I study rap battles for a living. The Drakes and all. That's why we have some of the best rappers in the world. Okay, Lux is one of them, and along with his mystique, his elusiveness, not being too accessible, his talent, when he comes out, it's a big deal. All right. Surf, polarizing, charismatic guy who balances and totes the line perfectly of being hated and loved, right? Like, you look at certain points in Hitman's career, he's loved. Certain points in his career, he's hated. Same thing with Mook. Certain times it's just like, oh, he's beloved. Other times it's like, you know what I'm saying? People don't fuck with him the same. Lux has always been loved, right? He's always a beloved person. Surf balance, he's the one of everybody that balances it perfectly, and he's able to use it. Even the side of hate, he uses it like the way Floyd Mayweather did when Floyd Mayweather was switching over from Money Mayweather to from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money Mayweather. And Floyd went to that next level of pay to watch me win or lose, but my pay-per-views are the biggest gates. Period. Surf figured that out, and his personality, his talent, his accessibility actually works for him. Like a Lux, his accessibility being more mysterious is that approach. I'm not saying purposefully. I'm just saying these guys aren't that accessible. Surf is on Spaces every day, yet his works. You see what I'm saying? And that's a personality thing. There's believability in a lot of this stuff too. Are you really street? Did you really just come home from jail? Will you really punch somebody dead in their face for violating you? Are you really rich? Are you know what I'm saying? Like those believability factors when you look at some of these guys, were you really in the industry selling records? When you look at some of these guys, that adds to it too. All right. So those are the top draw guys. And when I do these, there are battlers that get mad at me. Sometimes I get a text message or a phone call for some of this shit. I'm getting a call right now. This better not be one of these niggas. Oh no, it's not. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Um, where was that? Yeah, so the guys that get mad at me, it's like, is that one of them? They are gods within their own right too. A Charlie Clips, a Kayshawn, a Geechee, a Twerk, a Arsenal, a DNA, a Easy to Block Captain, a Calico, a Goods. Um, I'm trying. See, this is where I get fucked up and niggas get mad at me. A Jazz, a Hustle. Um, I had to swing to the ladies for a second. Don't get mad at me. um, I don't need to come to the chat for that. A Nitty, yes, a Nitty. These other legends, you know. But the thing is, they move different, and the way that their careers were, for multiple different reasons, they never became like that top bracket that I discussed as far as the draw ability. All right. Viewership will be there, right? Charlie Clips will give you your first million view battle, his opponent. Arsenal might be the highest viewed at him and DNA, right? Total numbers wise, right? They might be. But you're gonna see an Arsenal like Charlie Clips had a battle this past week versus Quest McCody, right? Um, that's not a battle that stops the world, or matchup that stops the world that makes people go purchase the stream 5,000 times, right? You can catch an Arsenal maybe taking it up and coming. Some of that is because he's already battled everybody already, DNA is building that allure again because he's been away for so long. Easy's got, a mix of why he is one of the top drawn guys. Controversy, talent, um, outspoken, controversial. I said that already, right? He's got a mixed bag of all that, and some of that is what it takes to be a star or a standout in battle rap. I can go down the line for all of these people. I really can. But you see what I mean by those top drawing guys. All right. Now that I did the top drawing guys, not just the people in the thumbnail and people like the Surfs, and also adding on another bracket of battlers that are like goats. An Averb. Let me put an Averb there too, right? An Averb. Um, Anyway, I'll keep going. Now, of all of those battle rappers that I named, whether the top drawing bracket or the brackets under that are just legends and goats and Mount Rushmore can't Disaster. Let me put Disaster on there too. Um, of all these names that I just said, I probably said anywhere from 15 to 20. How many of them today do you believe Rex? I'm sorry, Rex too. How many of them today do you believe are millionaires today? Today. And go ahead, chat. Now let's see. This is the second time for y'all. List them out. List them out. How many of them are millionaires that we just named? List out the names. List out the names. I see no one left put 4, but I want the names. Okay, Gunplay put only 1, Hitman. Capo, our member in mod, put 1. Sassy put 0. All City put 0. Max P put none. What's good, homie? Good to see you as always. Only Hitman. Hitman. I only got 1 name so far. Little Gerald. 1, 0, 1. Only Hitman, to be honest, or Khan. Khan doesn't battle rap anymore, but I see why you guys put him there as well. Hitman, the only one, maybe Goods. Okay, Goods was the second name that I've seen so far. Millionaires, one, Gerald. Conceit is the third name, but he's not battle rapping. So right now I got three names. I got one that doesn't battle, another one that if somebody gives him the money that he wants, which is Goods, he'll battle, and Hitman, who's actively a part of the culture. Hitman. Okay, inserts the chat Mook. This was the first Mook entry. Hitman and Cassidy. Okay, somebody got Cassidy. Okay. One, Hitman, maybe two, Cass. Okay, two. Lux, Hitman, Cass, Mook, Goods. Okay. Hitman, Cassidy. All right. Conceded, Hitman, Mook. Mook and Lux are not millionaires. I don't care. Oh, I should have said his name earlier too. Tay-Rock. Tay-Rock, Rex, and like those are names. It's not easy to do that freestyling, people. I'm doing this live, right? But absolutely, Rock is in that fucking list of people that I was saying earlier. Absolutely. But anyway, back to the money part. All right, Holla, Surf pre-jail. Okay. You wait, hold on. Let me. It's not. I don't want to give off any indicators. Holla and all should be none. Cassidy probably. Well, I said today. Stay on point. Stay sharp with me. DNA might be on his way. Nobody put Sharon, huh? Yeah, I haven't heard any Sharon rumors. ARP, come on, man. You're not supposed to. It's supposed to be. We're putting. I'm building up to proving out the public perception and the. I have the answers, but it's not about me. I'm doing something on purpose. All right. I'm not going to react to that. I'm not going to tell you who you're right about, who you're wrong about, who I believe you're wrong about, who I believe who's possible. I'm not doing none of that, right? But on documented on this video, I pulled them up. You guys see the reaction, okay? Now, it's time to start leaving these battle rappers alone. It's time to start talking about some of the league owners. All right. Let's start here, chat. Top 5. When I say top 5 league owners, I mean just overall, whether you think impact, productivity, if battle rap started today, who are the 5 league owners you would say run? Or however you quantify a great league owner. I'm not even going to build the qualifications of it. Top 5, go, right? Go. And try not to only list one, people, because like if you list just one, try or three minimum. Give me your top 3s, your top 4s, or your top 5s. Okay. Let's go. They're gonna say you biased. Thank you, Capo. All right, this was the first one what I seen with a list. Smack, ARP, Organic, Twiz. Okay. Cooper says ARP, Smack, Ganic, Babs, Gracie. Inserts to the chat to the ladies. Shout out to the ladies. ARP, Smack, Ganic. I'm going in order, people. I ain't skipping shit. I don't got no picks. ARP, Smack, Beasley, Organic. Yeah, sometimes people put Beasley and Smack together. I get it. I understand. You put the league. I understand. I appreciate it. ARP, Smack, Ganic, Rem Bees. Inserts the chat Rem. Shout out to Rem. Smack, ARP, Ganic. Smack, ARP, TBL. Shout out to Chilla, Kenny, and anybody else that's behind the curtain that I don't even know about. But okay, inserts the chat, TBL comes in. ARP, Smack, and Beasley, Origins. Okay. Math Hoffa got born. Come on, man. Y'all taking me off. I'm trying to keep the chat in order so nobody thinks I'm being biased. The obvious ARP, URL, Ganic. Okay. The money died up, gang. We're getting there. ARP, Smack, Gracie, Organic, Oz. I love seeing Gracie in some of these lists. That woman did so much. She really she put her heart into this. I watched her have the heights and fight with the lows and the dealing behind the scenes. I love Gracie, man. I really do. Shout out to Gracie. Organic off the weed though. Come on, man. Smack Organic. Shout out to Insert the chat. What's good, ARP. Gates of the Garden, Chrome, Hard Workers over there. Shout out to Trey Dennis and all that. Inserts the chat. Gates, RBE, Smack, Organic. I'm gonna do 3 more. Appreciate y'all. ARP, Smack, and URL, Organic, and TBL. Next up, RBE, URL, BIC, Organic, Chrome, or TBL. Okay. And ran his league into. Come on, man. I kept it in order. Okay. If anybody replays the live chat, y'all see I ain't had no picks. I ain't playing no funny games and nothing like that. Okay. Now, of every league owner that you've ever seen come through battle rap, that could be like let's at least 50. Okay. How many of them today do you believe are millionaires? Go. And Smack, you up next. We're gonna go to Smack next. But let's stay on point. We did the battlers, now we're on the league owners. How many of them do you believe are millionaires today? Okay. Oh, my bad. I fucked up. Where was I? What time is it? 9:32. 9:32. This is where it started right here. Okay. Members is in the building today. ARP and Rem, ARP and Smack. Well, if you put Smack, you got to put Beasley and Chico, right? I don't think that if URL creates millionaires as league owners currently today, I don't think that only one of them could be. It better be all 3 of them. Hell, we gotta figure out how this pie is getting split up differently. ARP and URL, same 3. Rem before BR. What does that mean? You think that she spent all her money from the industry in battle rap and lost it or some shit? Like, what do you mean? What does that mean? Remy, Smack, ARP. Y'all could just be mad, but I'm a special pick. Shout out to you, Tried in the building. I'm staying in order. ARP and Beasley. ARP and No. Oh, you guys are assholes. I know why you put that. Maybe 3. None of them. RBE and URL, ARP and Smack, Beasley, ARP and them. I'm being petty. You asshole, G. ARP, Smack, Beasley, Rem, Smack and Rem. 2 Organic and ARP. From battle rap solely, Smack did a live from the Penthouse a few days ago. Okay. Remy, ARP, Smack, Rem, Smack, ARP, 3 Okay. All right, I'm pretty seeing a consistent thing here. Nobody want to put TBL, man, after they didn't spent all that money this year? Nobody want to try to count Chillin' Kenny in them pockets? No? Okay. All right. I'm trying. I'm trying to keep the minds open here. Yeah, you guys are bugging by putting I'm not even gonna do that. All right. Oh shit. Flash now, but time of reveal money. I spent the hottest shit you needed. I got it shit. That down south master B. Bout it shit. Blood money, straight up thug money. Under your mattress thug money. All right. I did that for a reason too. Documented up on the stream, at least for how today's chat was feeling. All right, Smack, you up. Let's go to this recent Smack short. Why y'all sending me this? I know why y'all sending me this, of course. But let me come to this side of the chat because I'm gonna go to the comments after. But let's play. Shout out to Hip Hop Is Real.
I just feel like, yo, at the end of the day, I believe that it's doing more harm than good. I feel like there's no more excitement. You know what I mean? When you got 4 different pay-per-views in one weekend, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, You confusing the customers. You confusing the, you know what I mean? They don't know what the fuck is going on. There's no respect in this shit. Like, yo, if a nigga got a joint, yo, let that nigga bang out for that motherfucking weekend. Let that entity get what the fuck they've been building and working on for 2 months to put together the shit that they put together, so they can try to, you know what I'm saying? Let's have respect. Let's have respect. You know what I'm saying? When everybody is running and trying to gun at the same fucking weekend, yo, what the fuck is really going on? I just feel like, yo, at the end of the day.
Hey, man, I agree. See, I have it in my capacity to agree or disagree with anybody on earth based on what's being said and how it interprets within my own mind. Okay. I agree with that statement. I've showed it. It's documented. There was a time, for example, I had a main event, like a big YouTube battle dropping on a Saturday. I had put the trailer out announcing the release and everything. And then I was on Twitter and I looked up and I had forgot it was a King of the Dot event that was happening that Saturday. I said, oh shit. And I scraped the trailer and everything. And I was just like, yo, it's not dropping today. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not about like what Smack is talking about, like events booked together. That was me just dropping a YouTube video. And I was just like, no, I can't do that. Hold on to points like that for me, people. We'll be back. But while we're here, you know we're going to look at the comments. We do that on a lot of videos, right? All right. Releasing battles 2 years after they happened is diabolical. Okay. Everybody's responding to this Smack statement, this PSA. He want to be the only motherfucker throwing events, laughing my ass off. Same dude threatened Danny Myers and Swamp to back out of Easy's card, talking about respect. That's crazy. This is hilarious coming from Smack, especially knowing how him and URL moved over the years. I'm just reading. I ain't got no pics. Get that. What? Yeah. Well, okay. I don't need to read that one. I know what that one's about. Let's have respect. Hey, yo, Danny Myers, what's popping, Sean? I'm gonna need you to back out of Easy Card, Sean. Know what I'm saying? Okay. I like the 4 battles a weekend. Smack it's competition. I know what's going on. Drop them battles from 2000. We always gonna love Smack, but it's too many battle rappers to only one league. It is what it is. I said that 10 years ago. Not every league could do everything. Over 10 years ago. Documented, screamed to high hell about it, but time always tells. This one says ARP. I did not pre-read this shit. There's a couple that got sent to me, screenshot it. I could prove it to y'all if y'all don't believe it. I ain't gonna do that. K, you know what's up. Or Jay, you know what's up, y'all. Anyway, but no. I've that shit is retired for me, B. Like I'm so off that shit. You know, Verb had to be the last, man. I pray that little internet shit. You know, I want that to be the last. I don't give a fuck about that type of energy online. I'm too old for it. I retired from battle rap, and that's one of the reasons to leave that shit behind. There's many reasons, but that's one of the reasons to get away from all that energy. But no, like Smack is entitled to his opinions the same way I am. Ain't nobody doing no Smack response blog. This clip is just caught up in the overall title and topic of today. All right. So no. It's my fault. I built that reputation early, right? ARP addresses everything. I got it. I could accept it. It's all good. Well, quit then, Smack. Just mad you're not the only one. Reserve comments for the comments, ARP. Shut up. TBL and Trenches event was announced before Summer Madness and happened. Then out of nowhere, URL throwing an event too that some artist from TBL event is booked on. The audacity. Smack out here crying about how many battles it is because he don't want to compete. He wasn't saying this when he was doing 30 events a year. Can't even articulate himself, full of shit. You owe y'all niggas is crazy. You owe ARP An apology then, Smack. This energy has not always been there. I rock with the other league strictly off uploading the battles ASAP. Smack would have held that Mook and Hitman battle for a decade or put it behind a membership to something LOL. I don't mind it. I want to. Is there a single comment in here in favor of this fucking video or not? I don't I don't mind it. I want 1,000,000 battles every weekend as long as it's popular names. I understand where you're coming from with that. That's like a philosophy that I said once upon a time. I use one battle. I say 1,000,000. I said if Mayweather keeps fighting in the ring the way that he does, being a great boxer, I'll pay for him every week. And I gave that analogy like 8 years ago. Because I've addressed topics like this over the years. There's a balance between flooding the market versus supply and demand versus the politics of battle rap. Those three pieces need to be balanced. It's not easy. All right, let's go back. Boy, you glitched out at the end in there. Smack Gang. Only way you're really gonna get it back, you gotta drop fast. If you don't understand that, to get your wave back, you are going to lose. Technology nowadays is going to get you anyway. You might as I don't need to expand that. Okay. The stutter and pace, I don't care. No way Smack saying this when they used to throw events the same weekend RBE was already scheduled for. Stop. Man, Smack funny as hell. All I hear is, all right, I don't care about those. It's not about the disses to me. I'm talking about the politics or the I want to read the comments that are more conducive to how battle rap runs. Okay. If this was a diss for me, you know I'd be clowning right now and doing and caring about those comments. I don't. I'm so grown with it. I see why URL need beat. I don't care. The excitement left when you brought politics into it. We just want to see the best battles. We don't care about whose platform it's on. We can never stick together. Shaking my head. Hold on to this one, people. That might bleed into upcoming talk. Smack Prop, I don't care. Now it matters. I don't care about the emojis. He's never done an interview, and I don't care. The audacity of him to speak on respect. I feel like this shit just keeps running with the same shit. What's this? I see RB in here again. Didn't Smack schedule an event on top of an RB event? Where was the respect then? The Say Day shit was I'll start to talk a little bit now that I'm off this. The same day shit that was in Atlanta was epic for y'all, right? To get back in the launch of Caffeine, that was great energy for battle rap, right? We turned that shit up. And another one was the Summer Madness that had Tay Rock and Hitman versus the Rare Breed card, which was the Mook versus Averb card. Y'all also Mook at the press conference snapping. Smack paid niggas to get niggas off of the card. Battle is approaching me and telling, yeah, everybody remembers Mook snapped on that, right? And straight outed everybody, right? Including URL. I'll still say allegedly. The reason why I wanted to make that piece relevant is the battle rap industry really broke? I try to act like a battle rapper for a second. I really look up to these rappers, man. If I was born with y'all talent, man, I promise you I'd be in there trying to rap 3 rounds too. You guys are incredible. I tried to create a bar there. I'm not that good. But when I say broke, it really wasn't the money. I went there to build up that piece because finances will push any industry, any company, any artist. When I say broke, I mean the nature of battle rap as an industry has been broken forever. Even when I got here, it was already broken. Okay. What's the supply and demand factor of battle rap? Now, when I tie in those earlier questions and I asked y'all who's the top drawers and y'all gave me the names, right? Supply and demand. So, supply wise, is there a shortage of leagues? Fuck no. Is there a shortage of battle rappers that have strong to great talent? Fuck no. Hell no. There's hundreds. Okay. There's no shortage in talented battle rappers. All right. On the demand side, because that's the supply, the artists, the leagues, they have been historically coming together in battle rap to create a product, right? The demand, is there a shortage in demand? Yes. Yes. And this isn't even my biggest piece of if the industry is really broke, but there is a shortage in the demand. You see it in the numbers as well. How about looking at our bloggers and our media platforms? You got media platforms that were their channels have been here just as long as me. Bloggers that have been here longer than me, like a Angry Fan or Chris Unbiased. They were blogging before me. You know, I came in around just after that with like the CJ Cities and shit like that. That's when I started blogging in battle rap. All right. And that's then 13, 14 years ago, 12 minimum. These are Facebook days. Now, if I look at their channels, has the viewership continued to incline, meaning that it was 1,000 views averaging for recap 12 years ago, and it's now averaging per recap 20, at least give me 2,000 views per year on top of your average for, like, let's say a consistent type of content, a recap. Okay. If that's the case, you give me 2,000 per year, something not crazy. And then when you factor in YouTube, you got spikes, you got hits. For example, I did my Kendrick Lamar Peekaboo video. It did over 250,000 views, and I got like 800 new subscribers off of it. Those are like hits. I did a Rodney Hinton video this year, did like 80,000 views. I got like 500 subscribers off of that. Hey, I just met you, just found you off of this. You know, going outside of my normal viewership. You have your spikes in the year as well. And I'm saying if we have those, our bloggers should not be averaging 10,000 views and less after 14, 13, 12, 11 years. So the demand, that's not the bloggers' fault, because a lot of the bloggers have great content. Piper Boy had to do vertical streaming in politics to cross 100,000 subscribers. He went ape shit on it. He got his plaque, and he said, okay, I'm back to long form content where I can get paid. Shout out to my nigga PV. But it's reality shit. So the demand from what you guys can see, forget the behind the curtain, what you can't see. What do you see a trend that has continued to grow? You haven't. You see it in the numbers. You see it in the metrics. Business-wise, I think you guys pretty much already heard the decline of the money that's available. All right. You had major points like the YouTube apocalypse. That's a big hit. It's a big hit. You had people that were recouping their events off of YouTube, full events. And then whatever happened after that, the door and the paper, whatever VOD, that was like profit. YouTube was recouping whole events back then. It was, I'll still say allegedly, but I accept it as competition. I don't really accept it as foul play. You know, I accept it as competition. So it's not even a shot. But back then, when it was like 3, 2, 1, URL is going to drop a battle because RBE just did, you know, it was very smart maneuvering of competition, you know, smothering with a bigger channel and a bigger video, right? A bigger following. You subtract out some of the viewership of that video, which subtracts out some of the money, which hopefully snowballs down, hinders some of the ability to follow up with certain budgets and events after that, right? This is all very tactical and smart shit as far as competition, right? It was obvious. It didn't work, but, you know, it was still smart. I'll still say allegedly. But that still stays with my point of how strong YouTube money was back then. All right. With the popularity of pay-per-view coming in, you also have another big factor, the upping of bootlegging. All right. Bootlegging is survivable based on the budgeting, but it's so strong that it hinders those next steps of budgeting and financial boundaries and new barriers in battle rap as an industry, right? We're not strong enough to survive the bootlegging element. We're too small. All right. So that's like a second big element there. All right. You can fast forward to um market fluctuation around competition, which prompted leagues at times to go into certain business directions, whether it be contracting, over commitment, overpaying. Some people allege that even like with caffeine paying, right? There's a lot of loyalty that has been purchased in battle rap over the last 10 years as well. Okay. Um, if I wanted to use that, that's another big piece, huge piece. I have intimate knowledge of all of that over the years, of course. So the demand on the customer side never really caught up with the supply of the leagues and the talent, how much talent is abundant. And you could even see people scratching and clawing for their plates today. People's like this. You know what I'm saying? Now, one of the biggest things to me as far as the overall industry, when I say, is battle rap industry really broke? And I told you that was like a little bar. It wasn't really just about the money. I was talking about how an industry is crafted business wise with the players, the gatekeepers, the product, the return on investment, the key elements, surrounding factors, all the intangibles. The industry needs to be crafted a certain way. And we all played a part in crafting it. Everybody. Something starts out in infancy and it's supposed to evolve. It evolves from what it's taught, what it learns, what it picks up in the world over years. The evolution of battle rap has been prehistoric. Okay. There's been attempts to try new things, whether it be production wise, visual wise, different business models. Like King of the Dot tried one time. Let me give these battle rappers their own pay-per-view link and try to isolate it and let them push their own pay-per-views and give them percentages of that and see how this works. And if it worked, it would have kept happening. Okay. Caffeine is an attempt. Let's try this free app, right? And then fast forward, Caffeine puts out a tweet saying, "Goodbye, everybody. We never were profitable." Okay. RBE tries to go the boxing route and focus less on an undercard and say, can I just sell you a one-off because we spend so much money booking 20 battlers instead of 2? Why can't you just focus on Manny Pacquiao versus Mayweather and buy the stream for $50? That's where you got the flyer, Math versus Sirius. It's the only card we ever did that didn't have a title to it, a Lift of Soul, a Max Out, a Validation, a Blood, Sweat, and Tears. You get it, a starting 5. It's the only time we tried it. I don't like the way it went. Financially, response-wise, I don't like the way it went. All right. There's been innovative attempts and the demand didn't meet. The evolution of battle rap is so fucking slow. Now, one of the big pieces still when it comes to evolution or when it comes to what this child, because some people even consider hip hop as an industry still a child, right? But battle rap, when it got into the phase, not battle rap as a whole, it was there since hip hop started, all the way back to beatbox days and shit. But battle rap online being monetized is still young. What's up with the parents? Who's growing and molding the child? Okay. Only if you guys realize, and here's my closing piece of this. Only if you guys realize how different this industry would have been if the parents were not partnering, because what I eat don't make you shit. I can't pay your bills and you're not trying to pay mine. But truly, truly, not teamwork, but collaborative. And when I say collaboration, I'm not talking about a couple league owners that allow each other to tell each other, hey, I might book this person, or I might do this weekend. Hey, are you on that weekend? I've done that a billion times. I'm not talking about that collaboration. That's minute. That's just everybody trying their best to give the space that Smack just ranted about. All right. When I say collaboration, I'm talking about actually getting to the bag and raising the roof of these big elements where we're failing in the industry. Okay. Like when we say the demand is down and it's provable, the demand never matched the supply and it's provable. Well, how do I bring the demand up? One of the biggest complaints from the demand is the reliability and the fickle nature of the business. The business is horrible in battle rap. We never even know what battles we're going to get. All right. TBL just suffered the loss of 2 battles. I understand personal stuff happens, and that is to be sympathized with. But I'm just saying the nature of battle rap, it's like every card is missing something. Okay. And then it justifies the fans saying, I'm going to just bootleg this shit. How does the demand get back to close of what the supply is? The business, unfortunately, is even perpetuated for foul shit, bad business, lying, and stealing. You saw some of the comments that I read, still alleged in that Smack video, from the parents. And I'm one of the parents too. I consider myself one of the fathers of this shit, as far as cultivating a big piece of what battle rap is today and helping to steer certain directions of this shit. I've watched your biggest league owners move around what I was doing or change what they had going on based on what I was doing. That means that I'm one of the real deals in here. Okay. And I still would say, if we collaborated to make the money, if we enforced rules and we all stood on them, where this battler couldn't no show you and then come to me, or couldn't fight over there and then come to you, or couldn't call out of you and then have a bag the next weekend, or I wouldn't necessarily book the person until his performance was of a certain caliber, right? You got people that got 5 public trailers out or bookings out. Now, I like to feed the fans, and I'm still going to stand on the Mayweather concept. Nigga, if you get in that ring and you fighting like that every weekend, take my money. Take my money, right? But the collaboration of it still aids the demand. Listen, you're going to give them A Ward versus Jada Nightwing this weekend. I'm going to wait 3 weeks, and then I'm going to give them, or 4 weeks or 5 weeks, and I'm going to give them A Ward versus Avert. Okay? How we going to roll this out? How we going to... Never. The league spent too much time competing with each other, fighting and fussing. And there's so many losses that come from the internal wars of the leagues. It's not just URL and RBE. All right. It's a lot of leagues that have fussed and fought and had issues over the years. The battlers are culprits of some of this shit. Playing 2 sides. Only if y'all do some of the text messages I got from 2Surf. Free Surf. Battlers play both sides. Battlers pit leagues against each other. Battlers lie to one and keep it real with the other. Give you B, give you priority, and don't do this or whatever. Take the check, smile in your face. But league owners, sometimes they'll ask it. Like, how do you have the think about this? As far, if we're gonna say, and the only reason I'm painting the leagues as the parents and not the battlers is because you have two things. You could even say, give all the ownership of moving this shit in a certain direction to either the league owners or to the battle rappers, right? Now, if you gave it to the battle rappers, they would union up, they would strike, they would carry their rules, and the leagues would say, all we want to do is be promoters and book you, and you guys bring the fans in, okay? Right? Or you can give it to the league owners and let them coordinate finance, which is one of the biggest words, right? And uphold the most integrity across the whole industry, right? And normally, 9 times out of 10, things are going to gravitate more towards who has the money. If you have the money, you have the power. So that's why I'm using the league owners more as the parents, okay? But the real reason why I want to remind y'all of that is because just imagine now, you ever see these rappers that, or don't even have to be rappers, it could be a little kid acting crazy, and then you meet the parent, and then you say, I see where he gets it from. We've seen it 1 billion times, right? It's no different in battle rap. Like, if I really, really sit down and ask myself about professionalism, for example, and I say, imagine me, I can name 1 million battle rappers right now. Anyway, imagine me asking battle rapper ABC to uphold the contract that he signed, but the parent tells him, fuck that contract. I got you. The amount of snowballing negative impact on the overall industry of something like that, the battle is all talk. They all follow. They all know I could do this over there and then just fuck him and pick it up over here, and they got my back over there. But fuck it then. And some of the even entertaining wars get started, like when the battlers will ride out on certain leagues. You know, fuck KFC. It's like, well, who is provoking that? It's actually in court documentation who's provoking shit like that. That's a fact. And I'm not even talking about my court documentation. I'm not even talking about my case. I'm talking about a totally separate case that has nothing to do with me. There's court documentation showing how league owners allegedly provoke battlers to, okay? Only if people knew the effect of these leagues and league owners, not saying, okay, we got the bag, we have some of the business background, we're going to coordinate this shit. Some of us was here from the inception. We're going to run with this football. Everybody else just line up. Let me quarterback this shit. Let me Mahomes this shit. Just give me time in the pocket and we good. We're going to meet this end zone. And these other leagues that are around, they're like the teams that come into, soon as the game is over, the coaches meet midfield and they shake hands. If one player on the field right here gets injured, the other team takes a knee too. Like, only if y'all understand the camaraderie, like LeBron. Some people say LeBron don't got that killer edge because he collaborates and fucks with and shakes hands and wants to go team up with other people, whatever. But I wouldn't mind us trading our model for the NBA, a true NBA model, because these guys have a reason to stay loyal to their business, stay loyal to whatever leagues they feel gives them the most opportunity, but yet move in a way that still allows every league to collaborate and pull this shit up. So when I see Smack, I don't need to come to the chat for this. Smack is the most known and famous league owner in battle rap, from only battle rap. I know people would contest that with Rem, right? He's the most notable as like pure battle rap person. He's the most notable. He's not the best league owner, but he's the most known one, right? Which means that when he speaks, it's going to be louder. The people that don't even follow battle rap every day, they're going to say, hey, what's Smack think? They're going to say his name. They're going to put his company in the lyrics. He's earned that. He's earned that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, fact is, I hear 3 versions of Smack on camera. You got the promotional Smack. You got the politically correct Smack that's going to say the things that he knows he needs to say on camera. And you got the complaining Smack, right? Anytime Smack lets his head down, he's complaining. Like, you know how you could look at somebody and tell whether they're happy or not, like in a relationship, right? Like, ladies, y'all look at some of y'all homegirls. Fellas, you look at some of your homeboys like, man, your house must be trash, man. You're just never happy. Anytime you express something about your relationship, it's never good. Anytime you start to really tell the truth about what's going on inside your crib, you're not happy. What the fuck is going on? I don't remember the last time I saw a Smack where he's just being honest. I'm not promoting. I'm not being politically correct. I just want to talk about what's going on out here. And he was able to say, yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. Yo, we doing good. We on an upswing. You know what I'm saying? The money's been coming back in again. And yo, the way the leagues is all moving, it's been dope. And you know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to this league. I haven't seen that from him in years. Why? Because that's the reality. That's just not the energy. And a lot of league owners, the same, ranting, raving, and complaining, from the biggest to the smallest, right? So if I use that particular one, you know, which is overall just a big thing that would turn the Titanic a little bit, or a lot of bit. I know that's not a word. Real, true collaboration amongst the leagues, almost as if the leagues were like NBA teams, to where the owners vote together and stuff, you know, like they had to vote that piece of shit out because he was the audio came out, oh, you a racist piece of shit NBA owner. Okay, we all gonna vote your ass out. We got the commissioner there, right? You got the commissioner, but you don't even need that in battle rap because it's too small of an industry. You just need the true collaboration and the true, I really, really support you. You know, it's never been there. The battlers don't have to do that as much, you know, but if the leagues truly, truly helped each other and set precedents, and the parents really showed them kids the effects of stealing, right? It'd be game changing. The best battlers in the world could rob us all right in front of our face, and then the media, the bloggers, the fans, and the leagues will be right behind those same battlers 2 weeks from now. They'll rob you without a gun every fucking day. It don't matter. It don't matter. The professionalism remains at an all-time low. I'm going to close it out like this. Shata always said that. He said, niggas really only move for money and violence, and I endorse zero violence. So the only way to affect somebody and bring about change is affecting their pockets. And you guys don't understand how sensitive the fabric is of this small niche industry. You guys can count how many millionaires it has produced. Some of the most talented motherfuckers in the world can't pay their bills. Some of the biggest names in battle rap are calling around for $500 deposits. I'm not making this up. Okay? All right. I'm gonna keep it consistent, man, because it happens on a larger scale too. There are some big factors, even up in the music industry, that's fucking them over. And I saw the academic shit. We're gonna get to that in a second, but let's go industry level now as far as availability and money being different. Let me play.
Ever wondered how much money your favorite rappers actually make? From flashy chains to private jets, it seems like an endless stream of wealth. But is that really the case? Let's break down exactly how much rappers earn and where all that money comes from. From chart-topping hits to sold-out tours, rappers are living the dream. Or are they? The top artists have built fortunes that put them in the elite circles of global wealth. So how much do they actually make? For instance, we all know Jay-Z as a rapper, but did you know he's worth over $2.5 billion? Kanye West also reached billionaire status, though his net worth has fluctuated recently due to business changes. With fortunes like this, let's look at what really fills their bank accounts. Jay-Z, with an estimated net worth of $2.5 billion, makes money from his music, but even more from his ventures like Roc Nation and D'ussé Cognac. Kanye West, though no longer a billionaire after his split with Adidas, has earned significant income from his Yeezy brand, which at its peak was valued at $1.5 billion. Drake, whose net worth is around $250 million, has amassed wealth through his record label OVO Sound and multiple endorsement deals. With these names, it's clear that a lot of a rapper's earnings come from sources outside of music. Let's dive into how they make that happen. Artists like Lil Nas X have capitalized on streaming, especially with viral hits like Old Town Road, which achieved record-breaking streams on platforms like Spotify. However, payouts per stream are low. Spotify pays around $0.003 to $0.005 per stream. To earn $1 million, a rapper needs around 250 million streams.
Damn.
Live performances are among the biggest earners for rappers. Drake, for instance, reportedly made over $75 million from his 2019 Assassination Vacation tour in Europe. And merch? Travis Scott is a prime example. He's made millions from merch drops linked to his concerts and his famous Astroworld Festival. Endorsements can be incredibly lucrative. Cardi B has partnered with brands like Reebok and Pepsi and reportedly made $10 million just from a Reebok campaign. In recent years, rappers have become valuable brand ambassadors for their. For example, Megan Thee Stallion famously sued her label, 1501 Certified Entertainment, over contract disputes, claiming they withheld income. In most cases, record labels take a substantial cut, sometimes as much as 85% of streaming revenue and royalties. In contrast, Chance the Rapper went fully independent and made millions on his own terms, retaining ownership of his music and keeping a larger share of his earnings. Independent rappers like
Can battle rappers go independent? Can they just get together, grab a cameraman, man, fill out a venue and fill up a pay-per-view? Do you think they could do that? Why has some battle rappers turned into league owners, but why hasn't there been more one-offs? Is the demand that low where it's just like, nah, let me just stick to this league giving me my guaranteed check? That's a question.
Russ and Macklemore have shown that it's possible to thrive without a major label. By owning their music and using platforms like YouTube and social media to promote themselves, they've kept more of their earnings. However, being independent comes with challenges.
I was just thinking of like an answer to that. It's just like, imagine a battler who's just smarter than the average league owner. Just like, why should I take the loss when you're willing to take the loss? Yo, how brutal is that statement I just said, man? Oh shit, don't clip that. No, clip it. Fuck it.
Unlike signed artists who have a team and financial backing, independents bear all costs, from studio time to promotion. But as Russ once said, I make 100% of my income, so I don't need to sell as many records to make a living. Features are a powerful way to make extra income and expand an artist's audience. For example, Nicki Minaj reportedly charges around $250,000 per feature. This fee can vary widely based on the artist's popularity and the project, but
Stop right there, because I want to keep
features can be
the consistency between the topics, the battle rap piece versus higher up there in the industry. Now, when we talk about a Nicki Minaj getting $250,000 for a feature, okay, or NBA YoungBoy on tour right now. I think he's already made close to $100 million. They said. We see what Drake does on tour. We see what Kendrick does on tour. What's the common theme though? The common theme is you're only talking about my thumbnail. You get the parallel. You're only talking about 4, 5, and the industry maybe there's more of them, but in battle rap you're talking about just the top guys. Like, how do I make $1 million off of a RBE pay-per-view stream? Can I only do it with a Hitman or a Cassidy or a Mook or a Lux? Is that the only people I could make $1 million with after all this work, all this talent, all this investment, all this blood, sweat, and tears? That's a ball. Really? Well, there's only 5 of them, 4 of them, 6 of them in the industry. Okay, NBA YoungBoy will never complain, or Drake, or maybe Nicki, or a Cardi B, or Kendrick Lamar, or Nas, or Jay-Z. Well, then again, that's a separate piece of the discussion. We'll get to that in a second. They're never going to complain about, how much money is available, because those are your gods, man. But how many gods are there? There's 1 billion talented rappers, and there's like two or 3 handfuls worth of gods. All right. So how does everybody else eat? How do they do that in today's streaming world, in today's demand world, in today's pay-per-view world, in today's social media world, in today's clip world? How? All right, let's keep going. We got more.
Steady income stream, especially for well-known rappers. While income can be high, expenses are also significant. Artists typically pay managers around 10 to 20% of their income, plus costs for publicists, agents, and production. And the lifestyle? It's pricey. Lil Uzi Vert's $24 million diamond implant was a headline grabber.
Well, the lifestyle ain't pricey in battle rap because you motherfuckers. Let me shut up.
But these lifestyle choices can quickly eat away at net income. Many artists fail to realize that while money comes in, it also goes out quickly due to high costs of maintaining the rap star image. Rapper Lil Yachty revealed he faced financial struggles due to overspending and poor financial planning. And he's not alone.
Hell, even Lil Wayne says that Jay-Z bailed him out, like helped him out. He was at a financial low. It's Lil Wayne. Like, wait, what? How do you have any financial problems? It happens every fucking day and y'all don't even know about it, let alone the ones that go public.
Loan, lawsuits, poor contract terms, and overspending have left many rappers broke or in debt. It's a reminder that making money is only part of the equation. Keeping it is just as crucial. Many rappers have smartly diversified their income. Rick Ross,
Yeah, math in here. All right. Diversified. Stay with me. Hold on, because that's going to bleed into some of my points.
for example, invested in Wingstop franchises, which bring him steady cash flow outside music. Similarly, Nas made early investments in tech startups like Lyft and Coinbase, earning millions. From fashion lines like Kanye's Yeezy to beverage brands like Jay-Z's Douce, these ventures not only build wealth but secure financial stability beyond their music careers. For new artists, making it big in hip-hop is a long journey. According to a study by Trapital, new artists might make as little as $20,000 a year from music, mostly from local shows and small online streams. Many up-and-comers work day jobs to support themselves while building their careers. So if you're just starting out, patience, strategy, and solid financial planning are essential. The rap industry offers immense earning potential, but it's a complex landscape. To truly succeed, artists need talent, strategy, and financial savvy.
Is battle rap the only arena within the hip hop umbrella where it's counterproductive to have a job as far as how your fan engagement will perform? Right? They're gonna. We just watched Rum Nitty get dissed over his job. Right? Who else? Who else? Like you can't have a job as a battle rapper. They try to get at Old Red. If you pull up in a store or something and you see a battle rapper, it's over for him, right? That's it. Hey, oh, your next battle is a rap. Like, that's how insane is that? But if you are purely living off of battle rap at this point, but hold on, we'll get there.
Whether signed or independent, understanding the business side is essential for long-term wealth and stability. If you found this breakdown insightful, don't forget to like, share.
Okay. Now I'm gonna pull up this academics one. But before I do that, let's speak what hopefully is obvious at this point to people. It's not just the multiple legs of income, but the transitions as well. I'm a very big believer that Cameron, Joe Button, definitely, Gilly, absolutely. Some of these people are making more money in their transitional years than they did in their primary career goal, which was to be artists or musicians. 50 Cent, Jay-Z, Nas. Jay-Z made more money from music. Are you fucking are you dumb? Rihanna is in the top 10 female of rich women, I believe, like in the world. I think she's in like top 10. That comes from her music bangs, but it comes from her music. That's like Fenty and all of that shit. Rick Ross, the Bel Air. He can't wake up without holding that bottle in front of our fucking face. Why? Because he has a deal. The Bel Airs of the world, the Wingstops. Hell, the man even has a nice business venture doing that car show shit that he does every year. All right. He started streaming. One of them reached out, somebody that works with that event reached out to Hitman and Goods to do a one rounder on that event because they were live pay-per-viewing it. They have like multiple incomes even within that leg of income. They got people pulling up, buying spots to be at the show, to be there in the first place, sponsors that pull up. It's like 7 different legs of income within just that side thing within Ross's portfolio. All right. These guys are not becoming these billionaires and making a majority of their money from their initial platforms. So if you've been a battle rapper for 3, 5, 10, 15 plus years, and you don't have $50,000 in the bank. You don't. And you are one of the biggest battle rappers of all time. You do not have 50. I did earlier in the stream a millionaire. I'm really extending it to make the points even worse. You can't show me I would bet money for real. 10 battle rappers that have $50,000 in their savings account. I would take that bet. 10 battle rappers that have 50,000 or better in their savings account. So I'm just saying that's another piece of like insanity. I've been doing it this long and I haven't gotten that yet. So the world knows you. You have millions of views. You have all the talent in the world. Where are the transitions? So I'll see like a Goods. Okay. He'll have a store. He'll sell sneakers. He'll sell clothes. He's got cologne. He's got a car rental business, right? What the fuck else Goods got? He does content on his YouTube channel. That's still a lane of income. If a battler or if a league makes it work out, he's gonna battle too. You got like 5 or 6 streams of income. All right. Goods was one of the people that y'all put up there when I asked y'all about millionaires. Some of y'all said, I don't know, maybe Goods, right? Holla. He's got a spa. He's got a podcast. He's got another one that's bigger than both of those. That's not announced yet. Might be announced by the end of the year. He makes huge bags from battle rap. He has his own YouTube channel. He showed Polo a $70,000 check from his YouTube when he the month that he battled Geechee. What else does fucking God do? Oh, my bad. I almost forgot. Wilding Out, the mansion shit. He got the truck business shit that he argued about with Cassidy when the fucking face-off started. Side ventures. Who else? That's Goods. That's Holla. Mike P he battle raps, but he does content, right? Emerson Kennedy. I love it. I'm very supportive of that platform because it's transitional. Emerson Kennedy is putting more time and effort into that platform than he does battling, because how many times do you see him battle per year versus how much I'm seeing him behind the production of that? Jazz and Geechee, that could be a transition. Like Geechee's battled everybody already. Jazz has expanded in the last 2 years. She used to move like Mook. Like, I'm only battling once a year. Now Jazz is expanding. You know what I mean? That could be her own personal legacy decisions. It could be financial. It could be looking at the landscape. It could be all the above, right? But how many battles are going to be significant? How many times a year can you get $5,000? I'm not talking about Jazz. I'm talking about anybody. 5,000, 10,000 or better. Once again, there's only 3 or 4 handfuls full of those people, possibly. And some of them are still taking a couple $100s for a deposit, $500 deposit. Some of the biggest names in the game. Some of them. Okay. So when you have these millions of views and all this notoriety, where are your transitions? Where is your store? Your business, your content, your podcast, your anything other than just waiting for battle rap to change. Definition of insanity once again. But it's not just battle rap. You know, let's stick with the industry, being that we did that last video. All right, so this was interesting. I saw this make a lot of headlines. Let's check some of this out. There's no more money in music anymore. It is complete famine mode. That's scary to hear.
Rap is done because there's no more parity. It used to be 10% of rappers that's really getting it. Then it went down to 5%. Then it went down to 1%. Now I could confidently tell y'all it's 0.1%.
Is that not the same in battle rap?
There's a new podcast. It's called Let's Rap About It by Mano, Fabulous, Jim Jones, and Davey. Rappers are realizing that they have these other things that is more monetizable than them making music. There's no more money in music. Unless like you're YB, unless you're like the Drakes.
I'll let y'all in on a conversation I had yesterday. These academics just talk about these people realizing that some of these other areas are more monetized and beneficial for them. The thing about battle rap for me, I'll speak for myself as a league owner, you have the opportunity to make big hits. The nature of the industry is a little bit lottery-ish, but it's like controlled gambling, you know, like a person at the poker table that's a decent card counter It's controlled gambling. All right. When it comes to battle rap, knowing the market, knowing the timing, knowing the politics, knowing the artists, knowing the matchups, knowing the promotion, knowing the production, knowing the rollout. Like it's a dance to creating that. Oh, we made some fucking good money, right? If me as a league owner, if I have that type of experience, right? And I've already told y'all, like the first 3 or 4 years of RBE, there was a lot of losses, paying our dues, a lot of investment and building into the platform, building up the channel, building up the reputation, building up the fan base, building up the consistency. It took some time. All right. Now, all those losses that happened before them, it's part of being an entrepreneur. It's part of the game. Okay. But I kid you not, and I said this in a conversation yesterday. I kid you not. In my first, this is like year and a half, maybe almost 2 years of just trying to dedicate myself to consistently being a podcaster or doing streaming related content of myself, of me, I've already covered at least 1 to 1.5, close to 2, maybe on a far end, but easily at least 1 year of RBE loss that I've brought back in green. Because what I spend now is my subscriptions, my equipment, the things that it takes to run the podcast, and then my time. It's not like booking a fucking max out where I got to put out $100,000 first, roll the dice in the controlled gambling scenario, and then hopefully make XYZ when it's all said and done. Right now, there's no gamble when I sit down here. Whether this video makes $5, $50, or $500, it's all green. Pretty much. You see what I'm saying? I've already covered at least 1 to 1+ year of RBE loss from our early start. And I'm a small channel when it comes to podcasting. I'm small. I'm not big viewership. I can only imagine with these big people that have been blogging and podcasting for 5, 10. When I look at, like, let's shout out to Screw. Screw comes in here a lot. Shout out to Screw. When I look at his, I go back to his earlier channel when the motherfucker's dreads was this long and shit, and I see how long he's been doing it, or how long Academics has been doing content, or a Knox, or whether it's a No Life Shaq back when he didn't have dreads, like how long these, even Jay Black, shout out to Jay Black. Jay Black has been doing reaction videos for years quietly. But he does better views over there than he does blogging on battle rap. It's been like that for years on his second channel. Okay? So when you put that amount of time in, when you want to get on the stovetop, you know what I'm saying? Instead of the fucking microwave, too many battle rappers are stuck waiting for the next microwave. And the smart people have taken their followings and said, let me get on this stove now and prep myself for this famine or this recession or the 5-year mark from now. So let me buy this storefront. Let me get this spa. Let me turn on this camera and start podcasting. Because 5 years from now, if I've already covered 1 year of RBE losses, what would I have obtained 5 years of now being consistently here, giving y'all quality content? I ain't the best podcast in the world, but I give quality to the internet. And there's no telling if I change platforms, if I bring on a Patreon. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. But it would be a brick by brick process. And then you look back 10 years and I'd still be looking at people that are talented out the fucking world without $5 in their bank accounts. Nobody wants to take advice. Nobody. No, I see people saying, I thought this was timestamps. My bad. I was about to say, yeah, if we hitting some gems, I'll try to timestamp this particular video. I don't know how much I'm going to clip it, but I don't know.
There's no money for the middle order guys. It is complete famine mode, Chad. I'm keeping it being with you. Rap is done. Rap is done because there's no more parity. It used to be.
All right. Is it realistic for labels to spend millions of dollars to make an artist blow when that investment might take years to come back or may never return at all? It's no different than similar battle rap business, right? I don't know if people are hoping that the person blows up as much like in a music industry, but it's hoping that the matchup materializes in a certain way that can turn profit or the event. In a world where TikTok trends burn out in 2 weeks and most fans skip halfway through songs, a 5-year return on investment feels like too much of a risk to see. It's a very fast world in today's content. YouTube came with shorts to combat the Twitches of the world. You know, Instagram, all these people modifying these huge platforms to complement a demand and a fan base that is fast. It's the supply on the social media side is so big that you have to allow people to thumb through shit, which is why the views of like vertical content, right? It'll be 10x your horizontal content, your HD content, like on a YouTube. Why? And if y'all didn't know this, like if I did this video right now, vertical, it might show up on YouTube as 30,000 views. Why? Because people are not necessarily watching it. There's a lot of thumbs that went through it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that counts as a view. That's why YouTube has yet to find a way to even pay for shorts the way they do on long form content. All right, this is game. This is real shit. That's why a lot of people use that short shit or streaming vertical to build up their following, like a Piper Boy did. All right, but then you got like a Serious Jones who does his streaming vertical because he wants to be able to see the chat, but also needs to move over to horizontal so he can make the money. It's gonna be a drop in views. Sometimes it's a harsh reality to see. Like when I was in the vertical stream of YouTube, I had 10,000 views in that last hour. And when I turned it sideways, which is where I get paid, I had 300 views. Ego hit. But people don't realize that some of those views is because you're in the short stream of YouTube and people just thumb. That's the nature of social media. I can do that right now on my Instagram. Thumb. No, that's not for me. Thumb. 3 seconds. If you're into shorts and you start to research how that shit goes, people will tell you like the hook of the video needs to be like in the first 3 seconds. First 3 seconds. Not for me. Not for me. Who's this? What LeBron do last night? Let me see. I saw the dunk already. Like, that's where social media is. Now imagine building an artist in that type of world if that is your consumer base. Okay? You got a lot of people that didn't buy last night's stream for the Exodus, and they actually feel fulfilled by going to 15 Minutes of Fame or Hip Hop is Real and just watching the clips, and then going to a couple of their favorite bloggers to see who won. They're done. That's it. I'm not watching an hour-long battle. We're grooming adults and this newer generation of consumers to be fast as fuck. Fast as fuck. It's a lot going on, B. Music streaming, best pay. Look at YouTube at the bottom. You get to the top one, which is on Xbox, still haven't even crossed 10%, 10 cent market share. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Middle class of rap, the artist, man. You got to be an NBA young boy, man. They only make those once a generation. It's time. This is for all rappers. If your label isn't giving you an active budget to fund and promote you as a rapper, that rapping, it's your side job now. Imagine when your primary talent and what you love the most needs to become the side. It's a reality. All right. I kind of want to go here just to remind y'all that he's not just talking battle rap. You know, there's a lot that this shit spawns across. Just got to watch the world, pay attention, grow with it, change with it, see where certain things could be helped, especially in battle rap. Battle rap is small, so it's easier to change. The industry is the industry. You talk about turning a Titanic. Good luck. All right, we're done. We're done, people, with that whole segment. I hope that was fun for y'all. We definitely walked. That's a walk. All right. I know sometimes not the funniest type of, we laughing this morning. Nah, but that's what we consider a walk, a live walk. Okay. Let's have a little fun real quick. Shout out to Checks and Balances. I seen this one. I don't know if y'all agree with this, but the 10 best versus battles of all time. This was me just keeping it a little bit more battle rappy by adding this one.
For when we all vote, it's so important.
Honestly, don't remember too much about the Brandy and Monica, so I don't got nothing to say about them coming in at 10.
John,
you know, it's no white girls, like little pretty white girls in here at all. There's no little.
there's a ton of them.
See, the thing about Lil Jon and T-Pain, not only was it dope, but it was when versus nobody knew what it was gonna be yet. We was just in COVID mode, like fuck it. And these guys were just in their crib on Instagram Live. This was before the Trillers and taking it into stadiums. This was before all of that. This was just the raw, gritty nature of, hey man, let's get on Instagram Live and do some shit. All right. But this was a dope one.
Bitch, MCM, she even tagging my.
This is when it started to pick up a little bit now. You got Rick Ross coming in with antics, bringing a masseuse in and shit. It started to get bigger now at this point, right? Now we're not on Instagram Live. We're in the same room, right? But 2 Shades of Rick Ross was dope.
Yeah. Flame emojis. That's you had been did that, bro? Or you? Oh, yeah. That motherfucker sound like last night, Tony. That motherfucker sound like you had one for me. A little surprise. I got a couple records with Ye, but this is my biggest record with him. Let's do it.
It is a weeping and a mourning and a. All right, let me tell you something.
Yo, Beanie Man was hilarious with this. With the fucking the belly out. They mean the fuck out of Beanie Man for this. But these two guys, their history in dancehall, and not even just dancehall, but music period, the history of Bounty Killer and Beanie Man. This might be top 3 biggest, because they were definitely enemies at many points in their careers, and they've been friends at many points in their careers. I might argue, you could argue this top how much back and forth from the clashes. Like a Jay-Z and Nas don't touch us. Like they had like their period of time. We still talk about it a lot because Jay-Z and Nas was always looked at like in the barbershops, like what happens when you two guys finally, but the longevity of two people at it musically and mixing the fan bases and everything. Vybz Kartel and Mavado had a big one too, long time running. But Beanie Man and Bounty, it might be number 1. As far as it might be. Meaning it being a part of Versus is so legendary.
King of the dancehall. Gun God General.
God of the dancer.
King of God. House of bad. Yes. Until the day I die, more girl I want.
Respect.
My name here, the girl them a chant. Inna the girl them garden, my chair of a plant and a job so up though. Let me hear you sing. Girl what? Girl what? Girl say. And girl we loose and girl we tight and girl we them me. Oh, me a the girl them paradise. Alright, let me tell you something. King of the dancehall.
King of the dancehall. Nigga said God. Man, two supreme goats. But anyway, let me move on. By the way, number 1 was what you guys all expect, the Locks versus the Dips. Okay. Keeping it battle rappy. I missed this one, people. I'm not going to do a read for y'all. I'm not going to bore y'all with that, but the judge officially ruled there's no evidence Kendrick Lamar or UMG used bots to boost Not Like Us. I ain't going to be biased with that. Like, I don't know if y'all did it, to be honest, but it's in the paperwork. Now, when we focused on the paperwork the other day, we pretty much just honed in on the case being dismissed, the factors involved why it dismissed, and we did that whole read. But within that paperwork as well was the bot wrap up. We skipped that. Take that how y'all want to take it. You know, we've been pro Kendrick in the whole lawsuit scenario, but I'm not ready to be a person that says, you don't use no bots, dog. It's an organic song and Not Like Us. Allegedly, of course. It's an organic song. It was huge and it earned it. But the bot conversation is like the whole industry is botted. Like, what are we talking about? And to some degree. All right, this is my last but not least, okay? And if a majority of the chat that watches this is anywhere close to my age, you know, you got your 70s babies that's in the chat, you got your 80s babies in the chat, and you got some 90s babies. 2000s ain't gonna understand. If you was born in the 2000s, you might get mad at me here. But we just gotta stop the Chris Brown and the Michael Jackson thing. And that's not like all of our parents did what I'm doing right now. They did it when I was young, and I despise them for that, like hating on what we had going on. That ain't no real music. Y'all niggas just steal. All y'all niggas do is remakes. Yeah, y'all don't know the original. That do you know what song originally sampled that? And I hated when my parents did that shit, B. But now I do it. I do it. You can't put out the new RoboCop or the new Total Recall or some of these remakes and me not comment. Tell my kids, like, do you know what that is? That ain't how the real RoboCop died, nigga. He ain't died in no car explosion. He died getting his limb shot off with a shotgun. Like, you kidding me? And they be fucking up sometimes and ruining shit. I see there's a heat on the way. The only reason I'm cool is because Leonardo DiCaprio was in it. If he wasn't, if I ain't see something like that, so I'm falling back because he is a top 5 movie of me personally. And they're redoing Heat. There was talks at one point about Scarface being redone. I was like, why? Why? What are you doing? But anyway, you guys got your MJ of this era, and you guys call him Chris Brown. Chris Brown is so fucking dope. As an entertainer and a singer and a performer and a talent, he is that nigga. He is that nigga. But Michael Jackson can't walk up in no club in VIP section, hang out. Michael Jackson can't just walk through the mall with security, and Michael Jackson can't pull up to a lounge for a walkthrough. Michael Jackson couldn't even go to basketball games. He can't pull up like y'all and sit courtside like Chris Brown can. And you see him, oh, look, Celebrity Row at the Knicks game. Who do we got tonight? We got Chris Brown, we got Chris Tucker, we got Martin Lawrence, or Chris courtside for the playoffs game tonight. Hey, that's what's up. Put the camera on him. Put the camera on the crowd. Oh, look at Chris Brown's down there. Hey, whoo! That don't happen with Michael Jackson. He's not even allowed in certain places because he'll ruin the whole event on accident. You had to be there. What Michael Jackson was like. Then when we say there's levels, that's not even the difference between a Michael Jackson and not just Chris Brown, but everybody. Michael Jackson's celebrity, his impact don't make sense. He's not even the guy that I look at today, and today my mature eyes today, I don't even look at him as an image and look like, how do you do that? How's little skinny ass, kind of weird at times? Like, how did you do that? You know what I'm saying? But nah, nigga. All this concerts compared to Michael Jackson. Okay, BTS, Ariana. This is all huge shit. We're watching Kendrick out there. His shit looks massive. Drake, this is massive to me. I've been to shows like this, and when you're there, like when I went to Kendrick shit earlier this year, inside that shit, B, like I turn around and I look around, it's just like this shit don't make no sense. To certain seats in here, he looks this big. When you finally look down to the stage, he looks this big. Kendrick, like this type of arena, this turnout right here is massive. Massive. Beyonce, her shit is massive. MJ, do you guys understand what you're seeing on the screen? Can you see my mouse up on the screen? This little speck right here, is the stage. This speck. No. Not this right here is the stage. Right? You got to pan out. This speck here is the stage. Let alone when you get to this point in the sea, right here. This point in the sea of people, you probably can't see them. all the way through this. What are they there for? What are they there for? To get hurt? To get robbed? To get to catch a pocket of stampede? What are you there for? If all of this million plus people back here, what are you there for? Mike. Fucking Mike. Look at this shit. This right here, this speck over here, is the stage. This all, it's not, the whole thing isn't even on the picture. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. This is Mike. How did he do it? How did he do it? Oh my God, look at this shit. You need fucking Google Maps to look at this nigga's shit. Yo. It's just a different thing, B. It's a different thing. Michael Jackson once shut down an NBA game. Magic Johnson urged Michael Jackson to come to a Lakers game, and he reluctantly agreed, even though he didn't think the fans would let him watch in peace. He was right. He sat down. People went crazy. They had to stop the game and get him out. Magic, you tripping trying to bring MJ to a game. You tripping. You tripping. We fucking tripping, B. It's just different levels, man. And his shit ain't a level. His shit is true. Like, we throw the word God around. Like, he really was a god to people. I think there's a lot of people that had like a little shrine, or not a shrine, but set up in their crib and they prayed to Mike. I believe that for real, man. But all right, I hope y'all have some fun today. Shout out to Don Bean, says peace to ARP in the game. Finally caught a live on time on the weekend. I'm always here for the battle rap talk. Yeah, but we always mix in battle rap talk over like the last couple months. I've stepped that up for y'all. A lot of people ask me, is like, you're ARP. Like, I'm not even saying that on a big headed shit. They be like, why you can't abandon battle rap talk? Like, you just can't. Like, you're ARP. And I'm just like, all right, I got y'all. I'll do more of it, you know, even all the way to the recaps and everything and the promo and all that. So I actually might be hosting some of Wing's face-offs here on live. We'll see. That's on her. She got to coordinate that. But if she send it to me, but she was texting me about it the other day. So we'll see. We'll see. But shout out to Don Bean. People like members like Don Bean is always here in the 6 a.m. crew Monday through Friday. But I know the weekends they move around a little bit based on what time in the morning. So they're not as consistent with a lot of our consistent people Monday through Friday. So I understand. Trust me. This was the chat earlier when I asked y'all for the top 5 drawers, right? Okay. Also, Jay earlier said, power to the people. We back to do maintenance. Yes, we was definitely here working, Jay. Appreciate you. Jay says, relax. You just messed up my clip, 919. What did I do? Was that me? Me? My bad, Jay. Where was we at 919? My bad if I mess something up. Capo's here, says, wait, didn't Smack have events to step on their ops? Man, watch out. Cry me a river. Yeah, man, watch out. There's some interesting points that we were going over in that shit, but I tried to let the chat and the comment sections and such speak for some of that. I like the interactive portion of today's stream, opposed to y'all just saying, all right, ARP, like, go ahead, give us the info, you know. Right message, raw messenger. Oh, I don't do them like that, man. We was making a solid point. Jay says, why y'all sending me this? Hits Tony Yayo side. That's forever one of the best memes, me. Capo says, I tend to not listen to people rolling their tongue with every letter in the alphabet. Who was doing that? 939. I forget who he was playing at the time. Yeah, that definitely sounds a little bit too weird for me as well, G. Ethan, our member, says, Smack is goated in battle rap, but he's full of shit. No comment. He definitely is goated. I ain't gonna speak to the other piece. ERN 813. We need you to go in your closet and put on the RBE super suit on like Frozone from Incredibles and come save the culture on some Marvel shit. I'm never too big to act like I can personally save battle rap. It's a collective effort. I can impact the arena immensely, of course. You know, I don't doubt my capabilities there at all, but I can't solely do anything in the battle rap. It's a collective effort, man. Real talk. You know, it takes a bunch of solid leagues, solid to great leagues, doing great things and the right things for pushing corrective nature, but in front and behind the scenes. Battle rap is, it takes a majority of super consistent, great performances, great purchasable content, great business, great reliability, great across the board. Um, Even for me, you know, I could come back. Y'all think that I could get a cape out the closet. Now, let's say I go grab that cape and I put it on and I put together Max Out 4. What if somebody from the main event or the co-main event, you know, the dog eats their homework, you know, a day before? Then that becomes my weak link. You know, then ARP ain't saved shit. You know, it's tough. It's a tough environment. It's a very, very tough environment. Don Bean, man, we have the best chat, hands down. I love our chat too. Shout out to the whole chat today. Marlon, our member, says, let's not act like the Blue Room didn't have URL. Not just the Blue Room, man. Like there's been every league at times has been put on defense. I put every league on defense at times because it's a competitive atmosphere, and they've put me on defense at times. Yeah. There's things I have, like, oh, I gotta wait that out. Or, oh, I gotta sit back. Or I might want to move my date. Because I heard that get announced. So, oh, I can't book that you know, there's a lot of times where you put on defense. And it just takes a real one to admit it. Me, I slapped the shit out of a lot of motherfuckers in this bitch, and they just act like the bleeding ain't there. And that's cool. It's just we all know what it is. Like, but everybody's put on defense at some point in this bitch, to be honest. All right. Jay says, I like the way you do that, Daddy. Don't make me think about. I'd rather hear your actual vocal saying that when I'm reading it. I don't want to think about Diddy's voice in that type of sense. Jay. Put your mature hat back on, ARP. I got you, love. Are we clipping the 50K as the 50K challenge? You clip whatever you want, love. I see you on Twitter doing your thing. I appreciate you. Clip whatever you want. And at the people that we're talking about in the tweets. If it's a celebrity, add them. If it's a battle rapper, add them. If it's a league owner, add them. At anybody that's involved in a clip. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't mind being pushed to stand on the clip if it creates good conversation. It's not always about being controversial. You know, it could create good conversation. Like somebody clipped me, and it's when I was saying that battle rappers don't turn profit or something like that. I think Mike P took that very generally. I don't know if personal at all, but somebody added me to his response to something on Twitter, and then I replied to Mike P like, yo, we could definitely pull up on stream together and talk about it. And then he replied something like, if it's not on Twitter too much, but I went on his Twitter and I DM'd him my cell phone number. He never texted me, never called me. He may not have even seen it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he's on Twitter that much. But shout out to Mike P. But point being is that would have been a nice productive conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, let's chop it. You know what I mean, sometimes I even do that playfully. Like I did one with Geechee where he did the whole the ribeye steak shit or whatever, and I gave him the league owner side of that. I was like, wait, hold on. You know, that's like a productive type of debate, or maybe different perspective, or maybe disagreement. But when we have that flushed out publicly, and if it's that caliber of debate, everybody wins behind it. You know, it's entertaining, but it's also some jewels from the side of maybe a battle rapper, the side of a league owner, the side of a fan. So keep anybody added on any of the clips, Jay, and anybody else that clips as well. We are enforcing clip power on Twitter now for the RBE podcast, or the Sorry Shoot podcast. I'm sorry. Jay said, I saw a video of MJ paying people to act like customers in a store while it was closed so that he could be so he could be regular and say that classic video of, I want that one. I want 2 of those. Give me one of those. Is that green or is that lime? It looks more lime. Give me that. I like lime. Oh, that's pretty. Give me 2. How many of those do you have? 12? Give me 12. Order another 12 right away for me. Hey, Bruce, are you keeping up with this order as well? All of this stuff, make sure that it arrives. The 4th castle, not the second one. I want it all at the 4th castle in the 20th room. Make sure it doesn't end up in the 23rd room, because last time when we did one of these, you guys put them in the wrong mansion, in the wrong room. And that looks nice. Give me 2 of those. Blanket would love that. How many of those do you... I'm doing it too much, but it's an epic video. It just shows like, damn, like you got it like that. I know what a shopping spree feels like, right? And there are certain stores that you could walk into if you're shopping spree-ish, and it don't matter what you're picking up because you know the type of store you're in. For example, like my caliber of financing. If I walk into a Ralph Lauren, which is an expensive store, I don't have to look at any price tags because I know what they put out. If I walk into Gucci, I don't have to look at price tags. Really, nah. But Louis makes me pay attention, and I don't even really fuck with Louis. You know what I'm saying? But that should make me pay attention. Like, hold on. You're holding something that you think is about $1,000 or $500. That bitch is $9,500. That jacket, yeah. Oh, that jacket? You like that jacket? No. That's 45 grand. Oh shit, damn. It's right next to the other stores that is like half this price. What the fuck? Gucci and Prada ain't doing this. Why the fuck you like Louis make you turn a tag? Like, how much is this again? Balenciaga do that sometimes, right? All right. I'm like, wait, I did not expect that price at all. But MJ, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the store, the mall, the car lot, the home. It unlimited resources, unlimited credit, unlimited money, unlimited everything. There is definitely a certain level that you get to where you can literally afford anything that you want. If you want an island, you can have it. If you want a big ass $50 million yacht, you can have it. If you want one of the biggest homes in the whole state or in the region, you can have it. If you want land, you know, that's just MJ's level. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, don't hate the game, hate to play it, dog. Actually, reverse that. Don't hate the player, hate the game. MJ did that. He really did. Don Bean says, did you say max out 4? Yeah, but max out 3 shall remain. RBE isn't gone, just evolving. Sorry, it's true. Ooh, I like that. Full circles. First quarter. I was gonna do them to close this year out. I'm falling back. First quarter, I'm doing some full circles though. Waste some money. The same. You said all that in early year. I'm gonna waste some money first quarter. So technically, if I'm being business smart, I should do it before the end of the year so that I could file it with my taxes if I already know I'm going to lose money on it, right? That would be the smart thing to do, ARP. I just don't feel like doing anything and being involved with battles for the rest of the month. I mean, the rest of the year. I just don't feel like it, man. So, Cal, what up, G? Says, nah, the Blue Room was next level. Great times. Appreciate that. The Blue Room has had multiple attempts to replicate it. I mean, I see y'all out here. I'm not mad. You know what I'm saying? Innovation is a beautiful thing. There's nothing new under the sun. You know what I mean? But you got to get some consistent classics in it if you're gonna do it. You know what I mean? So shout out to the Blue Room. Say Less. That's for our clipping. Blue Room, Band's Room. Band was dope. This is not a hater at all stream. Band was dope because the way that the battlers came in and out of the light at times, production-wise, that shit was sick. But when I look at the visuals of battles, when people had consistent series in battle rap, Blue Room is a top 3. Some people might say ones, whatever you want to call it. But I'm not talking about like, oh, that was dope when they just went to that rooftop, or that was dope when they went to that basement, or I'm talking about consistently, like this is like a series, right? Because I did Blue Room the whole year. Band is one, the Blue Room is one, and the Bunker is one. The King of the Dots Bunker. And I forget who was behind Band, but Avo is definitely behind, and Ruin Your Day is definitely behind two of those, the Bunker and the Blue Room. Actually, I think Avo was damn near running the Bunker on his own, if I remember hearing correctly. I could be wrong, but shout out to Avo and Ruin Your Day. But those three come to mind for me for battle rap environment type of series. I don't know why they're not doing Band anymore. And the Bunker, we heard, had some complications, maybe some location, contractual, financial. I heard all different things, but the Bunker, I wish that kept going. The Bunker had shit like B Dot versus Cortez, which was an incredible battle. That nigga Cortez, what he said at the end of the third round, Real Bloods up, come out of something like that, and it'd be, don't do that, man. B Dot was mad. You know what I'm saying? Not rest. Shout out to where everybody rep. You know what I mean? B Dot was one of them guys, man. Who pissed B Dot off for him to leave, huh? Who was the real reasons behind B Dot saying fuck this culture? Who? I don't think it was me. Cal says, my mom had passed. We went and ARP showed up. I do remember that. And during a hard time like that, I'm glad you were able to find opportunities to smile, take your mind off of things, have a good time, be amongst good energy. That's really all you could ask for at times like that, because everybody handles loss differently. Some people shell up. Some people, you can't even reach them. Some people flip out. Some people need to find energy. Some people, it's all different ways of going through that type of stuff. We've all been there. But I'm glad during a time like that, Cal, the Blue Room was able to give you some enjoyment, man. Set the energy positive for you for at least a moment. Respect you. No One Left says, ARP, much love to you, but don't be that no more, respectfully, or don't do that no more. What I do at 10:58, 5 minutes ago. What I do? My bad for whatever I did. I'll jump out there and take an early apology. I'm mature. Fuck it. I apologize for whatever it was. My bad. All right. It's Sunday. I got shit to do. Y'all got shit to do. We got games to watch as well. When is the Chiefs versus the Lions? Is that today? I can't miss that one. I gotta watch that one. I gotta watch the Chiefs and the Lions. But what is it, week 6? Week 6, right? Yeah. So I gotta watch the games. I got a little bit of running around. I gotta get back outside. Yesterday, I don't know how I made my shit work. I had so many places to go, and I forgot my wallet at home. Oh my God! But my phone turned into a safe haven. And I was able to do some shit with Cash App, some shit with PayPal, some shit with Zelles. Not having my license on me though, I hate that. I hate driving without a license. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you get locked up over stupid shit like that. You bump into the wrong cop, and he's like, license, registration, insurance. I'm like, sir, I forgot my fucking wallet at home. Please believe me. Please. You can pull up my information, pull up my name, look up my license. I got my insurance here for you to see, name, all of that. Like, come on, man. The technology I got back there. When you type in that shit, my face comes up. Stop acting. Cut it out. I know what y'all got back there. Cut it out. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, it's the law. Step out of the car. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm calling somebody. Yo, man, come get me. What'd you do? I ain't have my wallet on me. I ain't picking you up for that shit. Sit there for the weekend. Yo, I fucked up yesterday, man. Moving too fast yesterday, leaving the house, and like grabbing my wallet is like part of the programmed motion that I have. And yesterday, I don't know what fucking happened. It just didn't grab that bitch. I know what happened. I really know what happened. My wallet is very, very close to my phone, and I was charging my phone before I left the crib. get one last charge. And even though it's safe to always have chargers in my car, which I do, but I was like, let me just recharge it all the way in the crib. But I charged it in a different place that was closer to the door. So when I grab my phone, it's not where I grab. That's my excuse. All right, fuck it. Happy Sunday, y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. Maybe. Hold on, I got a lot of shit going on tomorrow. I might be fucking up. Let me not speak too fast. Keep your alerts on though. Okay. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the games. I got y'all back ASAP. All right.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry It's True podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.